Good morning. Today is one of those days I wake up and I feel like I don't want to run, but I can't tell if it's just because of my own self-sabotage or if I genuinely need a break. So, I'm going to enjoy my kefir with some honey, see how I feel afterwards, see if I need more calories or see if I need some rest because last night I was feeling very hungry. But as you see from the clips recently, I am slowly gaining weight, which is not what I'm looking for. I kind of figured 3,000 calories would be slightly over my. I figured it'd be slightly over my calorie expenditure. So I'm going to dial it back a little bit, which is tricky because I do feel hungry at night. Not unbearably hungry where I like really, really need to eat, but I feel the hunger hormone. I feel like I want to eat. But we're gonna reduce the calories probably by like 200, drop down to 2,800, which is kind of tricky because I do want to increase my volume. And if I increase my volume, I'm gonna end up back at 3,000 calories. So who knows? Maybe I'll play it by ear. Maybe I'll actually just eat based on how much I exercise. But this morning I do feel a little bit wrecked. So I'm gonna enjoy this and see if I run today, if it's appropriate, which I'm already feeling like I could definitely run today. So I'll probably end up running, but we'll see. All right, so I've been sitting here contemplating. Yeah, I'm not gonna run. I think I need a break. I have yet to take some time off. I'm just getting into running. That's my excuse. That's where we're gonna leave it at. However, I am due for some weightlifting. So I'm gonna eat today's food and then hit some weights and call that a day. In one of my pursuits to eat less calories, I'm gonna be reducing my cheese intake. So instead of 3 ounces, we're doing 2 ounces from now on, which, oh well. I mean, to be fair, I kind of felt like it was a lot of cheese from time to time. Like, I kind of would get tired of eating the cheese. It just was no longer really a treat. It was more so like something, once I measured it, I'd have to eat it. So I think 2 ounces would be a little more appropriate. We're gonna cut up some cheese to start our day. And probably gonna get this oven preheating for the patties. Now, Pecorino Romano was good. I'd rather just eat Manchego, but in all honesty, this is a very affordable Manchego version of it. Like, it has the same taste because it comes from sheep and such. Very similar taste. But I am craving some Parmigiano Reggiano. So we're gonna cut some of that up. There we go. This should be like less than half an ounce. Yeah, 0.4. So in our endeavors to lose weight, because it hasn't been working, we're just going to drop by 200 calories. Nothing too substantial. I could go for this blue cheese again. This stuff is good. This Bailey Hazen Blue. If you bump into this, definitely get it. Good cheese. Not too much of this, because blue cheese can get kind of unpleasant real quick. Just very rich. That puts us at an ounce. So good. I kind of want another cheese, but I also have noticed that it is getting full. Gruyere sounds good. We're going to get some Gruyere action going. This cheese is really good. It's nice and smoky. We'll probably do a whole ounce of this. Should be about that much. There we go. This is probably one of my favorite cheeses so far. 2.3. I'm gonna cut this bit off because it is giving me a hard time getting in the damn thing. There we go. There's a 2.3. I want to wait to less and less cheese a day. That's still a good amount. Like of cheese, that's still, get this off, that's still quite a bit. So we got the Parmigiano Reggiano, got some blue Hazen or whatever it was, and we got some Gruyere. Yeah, we're gonna enjoy this. Probably eat some fruit in a little bit. That's the plan for now. Kind of just need to take a day off. My glutes been giving me a hard time. That same injury I keep mentioning from bench, or not from bench pressing, from leg pressing, it kind of still is perpetrating day to day. Like I'll have sudden moments where it'll spaz out or tweak out. So we're gonna chill out on that. Have this cheese. Have my food for the day. Have some fruit. And yeah, go hit a gym workout. With weightlifting workouts, traditionally I like to get all my calories in before I work out, just because it makes me feel like I get a better pump. I feel a lot more glycogen in me. So I'm gonna eat all this, give it about an hour. It is still very early. It's 8:42. And then I will head to the gym, get a workout in, that sort of stuff. Yeah. So you're probably wondering, do you feel like a bitch for not running today? Yes, I kind of do. I have everything laid out. I kind of feel like I should just not eat and go start my run. However, I do feel like I should just rest. I just ate a plum just now while I was hanging out. And I also went ahead and updated my calories. So remember, I'm not doing like by the gram measurements. This is just a rough ballpark just to get me in the caloric range. I don't get too anal about everything. But like I previously said, I felt like 3 ounces of cheese was kind of a lot anyway. After 2 ounces, the third ounce, I kind of felt obligated to eat. It wasn't as pleasant. It wasn't as enjoyable. So we're reducing it to 2 ounces and keeping everything else the same. So we got 10 ounces of milk with 5 tablespoons of honey every morning before my runs. And then we got our main food, which is 3.5 ounces of Oregon. Today's being heart. Tomorrow, I'll probably do some bone marrow. Yesterday, I went heavy on it just because I'd missed a bunch of organs. So I said, why not? Let's eat a little extra calories. So I got my 2 egg yolks I'm going to be putting on. Right now, I'm doing still the full ancestral blend. I have to wait till my next subscription for the regular ones to come in so I can go 1-to-1 ratio. Ooh, ow. The oven is hot. So with the plum, I'm at 2152. But as you see, I dropped my calories from 2950 to 2750. So I'm just going to be shooting for a rough ballpark of that range. With my protein goal being at 172, my carb goal being at 206, and my fat goal being at 138. Those are pretty good reference ranges for me. The protein being 1.2 grams per pound of body weight. I'd rather just keep it in the upper limit because protein is more satiating. Protein has a more thermic effect, so it'll burn more calories to be broken down. And protein builds muscle, helps aid in recovery, so I'm prioritizing it. I'm also prioritizing, you'll notice that my fat is quite high. I think it's at 45% of my caloric intake. My protein being at 25, and I think my carbs are at 30%. But yeah, I prioritize fats because it helps with hormones, helps with skin health, helps with bone, hair, all the sort of things, all the organs, all the feel-good things, so it can reflect on my health, reflect on my performance, and reflect on my ability to recover. Carbs, at the end of the day, are fuel, so I have those at 30%, still higher than protein, but 206 grams of carbs is a great number for me. So yeah, with me enjoying one plum, I am probably going to be busting into this pineapple. It seems like it's quite ripe now. If anything, it's starting to be on its last limbs. These bananas have yet to, these bananas have yet to ripen. I've had them for 2 weeks now. Mangoes are almost there. Avocados are almost there. Papaya, I honestly still don't know how to check. The last one I busted open seemed like it was ready, but it was kind of not. This one actually seems like it's better than the last one. So probably have the pineapple today, the papaya tomorrow. We're gonna make this meal and go hit the gym. Probably get some form of cardio in on the treadmill. I'll probably walk just to get some steps. But today I probably will be maintaining, if not in a caloric surplus, because I'm not running. And I am working tonight, which will help me get steps in, but it's still not enough to get 2,800 to 3,000 steps. So that's the goal. I'm gonna prep this up. Good old, you've seen me prep the organs. You see me enjoy the organs. For those of you who have had not, I grind my own organs. I have kidney and heart in here. I just don't enjoy eating them on their own, so I mix them up with ground beef. I enjoy patties every single day. It's just what works for me. I'd rather do that than have steaks and have organs on the side. Just makes it feel a little more like the eat the frog moment, where you want to knock out the organ so you can enjoy your ribeye of some sort. I'm gonna get this ready, get this prepared, get ready for the gym. That should be a good start to the day. A rest day, that is. I think I let this one sit for a little too long. I can't tell. I think the spoiled smell is coming from my trash. But this kind of does smell a little bit iffy. It's not mushy at all. So we're gonna cut into it. We're gonna see what goes down with this pineapple. Okay, things are looking promising. Check that out. Not too bad at all. Cut this side off. Oh yeah, it's gonna be one good pineapple. So I don't have an actual I have no idea how to cut a pineapple. I probably waste a lot of pineapple with the way I cut it. But I just kind of cut off the skin like this. Go back in, make sure it's nice and fine. Get rid of all this skin. Usually there's some times where I try to curve with the pineapple, but there's still some skin left on, so I just go back in, remove it. Besides, at the end of the day, we're trying to lose weight, so if we rid of some extra pineapple, we're just doing ourselves a favor, right? Because it's tracking the same on the app, but we're actually eating less. Almost there. 2 more cuts. So we're going to flip it, make sure we got all the skin here. Looks good enough. Yep. We're going to roll with that. Got the skin off, and then from here, kind of just find the center. That hard spot you don't want to eat. Typically that it makes me itchy. I think it's some form of defense from the plant. But just kind of feel around where it's harsh and just cut around it. So we'll probably cut off this part here. There we go. Then I'll flip it again. Looks about right. Got a circle out of it. And toss that aside, and this is what I'm left with. Some also delicious pineapple for the day. I always try to get melons, pineapples, papayas, larger fruits, just so I'm not always having to hand grab fruits. I can actually cut some up, enjoy it. Yeah. Man, that's good. Go get yourself a pineapple. You'll thank me later. Meat is about 13, 14 minutes from being ready, so I'll see you after. All right, burgers are ready. Burgers, patties, call them what you want. They are ready. So I toss them in for usually 20 minutes total. I'll do 11 minutes to start, just so it can firm up a little and let the fat marble in, give it some make it firm, essentially. Because sometimes when I do 10 minutes, it's just a little soggy and it doesn't stay intact. It doesn't kind of mold together. So I do 11 and then I do 9 on the other side. It's been just right. I do think sometimes it comes out a little overdone. It's weird. Just depends on how thick I make the patty. But we're gonna serve them up as we always do, the same way here. One patty here. So these patties will contain 1 pound of the ancestral blend, which consists of about an ounce plus of liver and about 1/4 an ounce of heart. On top of that, I add 3 ounces and a half of heart, because I believe you should be getting more than that, more than 1/2 ounce or even 1/4 ounce of heart. So I supplement a little extra. And then, once I've placed the patties, get all this delicious fat. Oh, so good. It's absolute must, guys. Do not want to let this go to waste. Put it all over the top. There we go. It's one of the best parts. It's the best part for your skin, for your nails, for your hair. Ooh, touch the pan. For your hormones, for your organs. Then we add on 2 eggs. So we're gonna bring this over to the sink so I can crack the eggs. 2 eggs here. I only do the yolk because I don't care to cook the egg whites, and the egg whites are a higher risk of diseases, or not diseases, but germs and bacteria, because the egg whites are what make contact with the shell, and the inner lining of the shell can be a risky thing. So I just do the yolk because it's a little bit safer. So that's 1 yolk. Throw that on there, give it a nice pop, let it spread out evenly. There we go. And all while I'm doing this, my patties are resting, which is extremely ideal. Letting it retain its moisture, retain its delicious fatness. That way, when I do crack into it, it won't just bleed everywhere and let out all its good nutrients. You could hear that one flop too. That one came right off. And it's like a big clump. The egg white tends to stick together. There's that. It's what protects the yolk in the egg. So it tends to hold all the stuff you may not want that could have some risk to it. There's that. Rinse the old hands. Great. So now we got our burgers made here, ready to go. Gonna throw the shell out. I would prefer to do cleanup as I go. However, the pan is extremely hot, so I don't do cleanup right away. let it cool down a little. I just don't want it to mold. Even though I feel like because it's a cast iron, it probably doesn't mold, but just in case. And that is that. So here we got 2 patties, egg yolk on top, bunch of extra fat on top of the grease that comes out. The lighting ain't too nice, but there you go. Now we're gonna get some molten salt here. Throw that on top of the patty. A little generous amount. I have noticed that I have been craving salt a bit more, so I'm gonna go a little heavier than traditional. I think that would be a good amount. And then I just keep this with me. I salt to taste. Usually my body will tell me how much salt I really need. So if it starts to taste too salty, I'll go ahead and stop applying salt. But if it's not tasting salty, I still add some more. Because my body, oh gosh, almost made a mess. Because that just means my body is craving the electrolytes. I am making a mess, hold on. My fork just slid into my plate and got a bunch of egg yolk on it. So luckily for me, I get to slurp that up. Man, does egg yolk taste good. Oh, it just tastes so, egg yolk tastes so much better too when you buy the one that I buy, which is the most expensive one. But for good reason. They are regenerative, which means that they eat what they're naturally meant to eat, and the soil is properly cared for. They have extra omegas, extra EPAs, extra DHAs, tons of other nutrients. If you look actually into the difference of nutrients between free-range eggs or even just regular eggs that aren't advertised as free-range, if you look into those and compare how many nutrients are in those compared to a pasture-raised egg, you're almost getting 3 times, 4 times the amount of nutrients per calorie. So why wouldn't you get better quality eggs if you're getting more bang for your buck? You just end up eating less, but for what you're paying for, right? Like you could get a whole dozen or you could get 4 eggs, but they have more nutrients. Anyways, get pasture raised, way better way of going about it. I'm gonna eat this beef here and let myself digest, hang out for a bit, and go to the gym. Last time I was in this bathroom, my skin was wrecked. It still kind of is, but you can see eating animal-based has helped tremendously on my skin. So I'm gonna keep up the grind, lose a little bit of weight, get rid of this double chin. Whew. Finished up the gym, got the backpack on, gonna go to work. Yeah. However, I ate everything that I needed to. I'm at 2,700 calories. I will show you that later. But as of right now, finished up the gym. It was a very light day. So I'll catch up with you on my steps when I get home. Right now I'm only at 2,000, which is horrendous. But by the end of work, I'll probably be at 15,000. See you, fellas.